Hello, in this video, I'm saying to you, please make that decision. I also have a special guest after me in this video saying the same thing. Make that decision. Please join us. Hello, welcome to Take a Step a Better You. On this channel, I share what I know and continue to learn. And the areas I cover here will be business, earning money, saving money, spending money wisely, personal development, motivation. Today, this is the motivational one. And the topic is make that decision. Make the decision. And I have a special guest after me. Her name is Miss Rachel Smets, and she's a coach. So she's coming after me. But before that, if you're new, my name is Sherifa. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And I'm very passionate about taking a step to make our lives better. Those topics I just mentioned is what you see here. And recently I started to bring the messages in books. Like I will be reading a book and then I'll be adding my 2 cents. So if any of that and the idea of taking a step to make our life better sounds good, please subscribe to the channel. Look at the red button below, click on it, and on the right, click on the bell to make sure you are notified when I have new videos. And for those of you who said yes already, or you're coming back, appreciate you very much. Please like the video, and always, all of you, please, always leave a comment. That's the only way I'll know you watched it. I'm here every day. Every day, 4 days, the schedule is coming up. I don't want to spend too much time on it. 5 days a week is books and those other messages. Sometimes I drive around. That's a mix. When I drive around, I throw in another one. That's now I'll bring that on Thursdays. That's when I do the drive around. And then motivation is on Sunday. But I'm live. In fact, live today, I'm changing it from, because I'm here all those days I've been saying 12:30 p.m. USA Eastern Time. Please check the local equivalent of that. 12:30 p.m. US Eastern Time. But on Friday, because some people, because of the international audience, some people are sleeping, some people are working, so I'll be switching it up. I'll sometimes coming earlier, sometimes later for the lives. This is a request especially for people in Bangladesh. I like you in Bangladesh because I like to switch things around when you let me know. So I'm going to make the lives come a little bit earlier sometimes because of you, but then a little bit later sometimes because even the people in Malaysia, you're also always sleeping when I'm live. So I'm switching that around. Friday will be flexible. I switch hours around. Okay, that's the schedule. The message today is make that decision. Make that decision because that's the only way you're going to change something. So I'm going to ask you at this moment, like what I'm doing. Please close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. I'm not an expert, by the way. For those of you experts in breathing, I want you to breathe in and breathe out so that you relax and think about, if you can close your eyes and think about these areas in your life. Because areas, we tend to generalize them in a category of health, in a category of relationships, and in a category of money. But it could be something else. In those areas, what needs to change right now? What are you not happy about? Excuse me, please. What are you not happy about? Because I wanted I want to get you centered on that. What you are not happy about. And then this message is about to change it. I'm not giving a solution. I'm just saying for today, just decide I'm changing. I want to change something. By the way, this is a common message for me here. I'll talk about changing something. But today, I said we're getting to making that decision. Not just think about it, but saying, today is the day I'm making a decision. So, I like to listen to experts. So I was listening to Jim Rohn. If you're not familiar with Jim Rohn, maybe you're familiar with Tony Robbins. Because Tony Robbins' life changed because of Jim Rohn. He's not alive, Jim Rohn, but you still learn from him. Tony Robbins. He tells the story of how his life was, and his mother was advising him to go drive a truck to make more money. And he was considering that, but he tells his own story. I won't tell it for him, but Jim Rohn is who changed Tony Robbins' life. If you know Tony Robbins, he's He's affected the whole world because of his message, but it's all started with Jim Rohn. Now, I'm going to quote Jim Rohn in this video. By the way, Rachel is coming after me. So please don't leave. But it's the same message, a similar message. Make a decision. When I was listening to Jim Rohn, he made a few statements. I'm going to read some. I like to quote people right. Sometimes I'm paraphrasing, but this is his message. He was talking to an audience, and this is a paid audience. They are releasing his videos. But these used to be people who was coaching. They would come to seminars. So he was talking to them about changing things around. And the statements I'm going to read here is what I picked out, but he had many more. I didn't want to make this video too long. So he was talking. He used to be funny when he was talking. So he would say, write this down. No. He was asking them to write no. N-O. No. And he said, no, you don't have to live the next 6 years like you live the last 6. So he was telling the audience to write no. No was a note for them. So in other words, now I'm talking to you, you don't have to live the next 5 years like you live the last 6. Remember, on that point that we noted earlier, that whatever that thing was that you came up with, that you need to change. And then the other one, he said, human beings can change locations. It's like we are not like trees. You can change locations. You can move north, move south, move east. You can move. If where you are is the problem, you can move. That's a statement he made. Then he said, direction determines destination. Your direction will determine your destination. But then he also said that you can alter the course of your life, but you cannot change. You cannot change destination. Oh yes, that's another statement. You cannot change destination overnight. It doesn't happen quicker. So you have to work. It takes some time. Okay, but remember, you have to. If you want the result is over there, you better be facing there. Don't be facing this way. So the direction is going to determine where you get. Make sure you get the mapping, right? And then he asked the audience, 5 years from now, the question is, where will you be? Or you headed somewhere. Okay, no, he said 5 years from now, you'll arrive. It's like a statement. The question is, where? You'll arrive, but where? Depending on the direction he shows and how you're going, in 5 years, he's talking a little bit long term, mid-term, you're going to arrive. You can use this kind of statement to think about your life 5 years ago. Think about your life 5 years ago and think about where you are now. Are you happy with that? So let's think about the next 5. He's saying, you arrive, but where? Where will you be in 5 years? That's Ron asking, Jim Rohn. Without changing anything, where will you be? It could be the same thing. This life, it goes like this. It could be the same thing or even worse. So that's me adding in. And then he says, 5 years, these are his words, you'll either arrive at a well-designed destination or an undesigned destination. And then he was saying that it's not good to be arriving at an undesigned destination. So he's asking you to design your destination. Because if you have an undesigned destination, that is him, he's saying, you could be living where you don't want to live. You could be wearing what you don't want to wear. You could be driving the car that you don't want to drive because you didn't design, you didn't take the time. So he said, design a better destination. And he said, there's a statement he made somewhere there, that you cannot, let's see, he says, you have to come with, you have to come with a seed. Come with a seed. Don't come with a need, come with a seed. And then he said, if you are going to soil like a farmer, you can't just say, give me a crop to the land. I mean, if you are a farmer, you cannot go to a soil and say, give me a crop. you have to come with a seed. So the crop, and you know the way he talks about seeds is very different. You may think it's money. Actually, no. He said seed can be effort, it can be discipline, it can be service, it can be a skill. It doesn't have to be money, because you will say, oh, I need seed. Yes, the seed is discipline, all those things you have to change. So the other thing he says, that if you are older, like me, and I'm 53, soon I'm going to be 54, you have to make a drastic change. For those of you who are younger, just make the change, the decision. Remember, we're talking about decision? When you make the decision, for those who are older, it has to be a drastic decision. But for those who are younger, you can go a little bit, maybe, if it's not drastic, it's what? Maybe a regular decision. But for us who are a little bit older, drastic. It's like you have to change and fast and focus. And then he says, you don't, this one I like that I added it later. He said, you don't get large trophies for small effort. Like when you go and win, like a game, whatever they do to where they give trophies, you will not get the big one with small effort. The people who get the big trophies have put more effort. And then he said, life responds to deserve, not need. You have to deserve it to get it. That means you have to put some input. That's why I'm talking about money. When I'm talking about money on this channel, I say, earn it, earn money, not make money. You don't just print it. You earn it because you put effort. So, and then he ended up saying that to design a better destination for yourself, you're going to need to learn, you have to change behavior, you have to change some habits, you have to set some goals. And he said something that's really, that he said is very, very important. It changed his life. Make a list. He said, make a list. Remember that thing you want to change? Or maybe two? It's up to you. May I like to focus on one? Make a list. And he said, when you are making that list of the things you need to do, by the way, if you don't know what to do, do some research. How to change whatever you're trying to change. I'll talk about Rachel also, how Rachel could help you. So Rachel's coming next shortly. Make a list. And he said, when you're making that list, make it detailed. Don't write just the big thing. Write the small ones too. All the little steps. Because that is fun to check them off. Like that one is done. Like as you say, oh, that one is done, that one is done, that one is done. You get motivated. So write even the smallest detail. Describe it in detail. So make a list. That's my message to you. Now, at this point, I want to introduce to you Miss Rachel. Rachel is, in fact, Miss Rachel is not new to me. And some of you saw her in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, with the closing when we did the finale of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. She's actually, I call her Coach Rachel Smets. And she helps people quit their 9-to-5 job. You know, here in America, we say 9 to 5, but not necessarily 9 to 5. It could be 8 to 5. It could be the day job, whatever hours you work. She helps people who are tired of those jobs. They want to transition to something else. And he helps them achieve more freedom and live life without regrets. She made it her mission. And Miss Rachel, she's not just talking the talk, but she's walking the walk because she did it herself. Now she's helping people to do the same thing. In fact, I'll link her channel. She's a YouTuber. I'll link her channel in the description below. And she takes, if you want to, like, to be aware of what's wrong, what you need to do, all that, she can help you. She has free calls. You can call her, you book a call, you talk to her. So, but this is not a promotion of Rachel, by the way, like I'm promoting Rachel. No. I asked her to come and be in my video. And she said yes. So she's here. But she didn't ask me, promote me or anything. It's me. Because I know she's a true go-getter and I like go-getters. That's why she's in this video. And I'll without taking too much of the time, I want to invite you to watch Miss Rachel on the same topic of making a decision. I'll be coming back later to close this one. But for now, watch and see Miss Rachel.
Hello. Making a decision. This is what we're going to talk about. There is one thing that separates the very successful people with the average people. The people that earn 6-7 figures, you know, the real successful people and the average people. You know, the common denominator is making a decision. The capability, the ability, the skill of making a decision. What is it about making a decision, and how can you do it to achieve the things that you want in your life? Knowing how to make a decision will help you to have a better and more successful career, to have more money, to have better relationships. Making a decision is one magic mental activity. I cannot describe it any better. A magic mental activity. It's magical because it helps you achieve success that you want. Now, to explain making a decision, you need to understand what it is to be not making a decision. Let's look at the opposite. That will really clarify it for you. So being indecisive, right? Not being able to make a decision. And I really think you know what I'm talking about when I'm like, oh, should I say it or should I not? Should I do it or should I not? Should I go or should I not? Should I leave this relationship? Should I not? Should I take this job? Should I not? Like this or that, this or that. It's always like, and when you're in that indecisive mode, you have so much frustration going on. And the longer you stay in that indecisive mode, the more frustration, the more emotional contrast and conflict in your mind. And that causes ambivalence. Ambivalence is having two conflicting opposite thoughts and contrasts in one person for the same objective. So you have one objective, it's like, yes, no, I don't know, and that is ambivalence. And if you stay in that mode a very long time, it can cause depression. It can cause serious stress. You know when it's like, I don't know what to do. The longer it takes, the more frustration, the more stress. So the only way to solve this is to make a decision. And let me give you some examples. You want to lose weight. Now, let's say you want to lose 10 pounds. You're like, okay, I'm going to make a decision to lose 10 pounds. Once you made that decision and you go to a party and they're like, oh, you want to have some cake and you want some more cookies, you will say no right away because you already made that strong decision. Nope, I am going to lose these 10 pounds. Now, when it comes to a career or a job, and I help people, I'm a coach who help people to achieve more freedom and to shift careers, to escape their 9-to-5 job. And that's what I did. I was in a successful corporate job. I made a decision to quit. And now you're going to ask me, but Rachel, how? By the way, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel Smets and I have my own YouTube channel, which Sherifa will link right below. And it's all about escaping your 9-to-5 to achieve more freedom. And so when you're thinking, how do I make this decision? First, you make a decision. Then you figure out the steps to get there. See, for a long time, I was in a corporate career and I knew I wanted something else, but I didn't really make that decision. It's when you make a decision to lose weight, make a decision to change your relationship, make a decision to change your career. When you make that decision, then we can figure out the steps and the action steps to take to achieve your goal. But as long as you're in this indecisive, I'm not sure, like when I was still in my corporate job for a few years, I want to have more freedom, but yeah, I'm in this job and it's earning good money and all of that. So it's really about you making that decision. That is the first step. Look, life is short. And if you want to live a life without regrets, you have to make a decision right here, right now, make the decision, and then we can figure out the action steps. And remember, if you make a decision to, let's say you have A and B and you take decision A and then after a little while you're like, oh, I'm not so sure, I'm not really satisfied. Well, why don't you take a left or a right turn right then? Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. You can always shift and change along the way, but you can't stay stuck in this place of indecisiveness. That's causing you too much stress. So I'm going to keep it to this. You make a decision, whatever you're, hesitant about, make a decision, go for it. You can always take a left and a right. And thank you so much for having me. And I'll see you in the next video.
See, you saw? Miss Rachel, she's a true go-getter. And let me tell you, she's a true go-getter because the 9 to 5 message that she has, she did it. I mean, leaving the 9 to 5 to do your own thing, to travel. Like right now, she's not even where, I mean, she's traveling. I think she's in Italy right now. And let me tell you why I say she's a true go-getter. When I asked her to be in this video, it's just an idea that popped up. I'm going to do more of bring some more people here, especially in the motivational ones, and also in the ones that I do when I drive around, some people to be in. I asked her like a day ago. I said, Miss Rachel, where are you? Could you put a piece in this video? She was with other people and all. She said, when I find a moment, I'll record it. And she sent it. She sent it within like a day. So that's a true go-getter. Another person would say, she's busy. Another person would say, oh, give me 2 weeks. No, she brought it. She brought it. I mean, those who said 2 weeks, that's fine too. But I'm saying she puts extra effort because that takes extra effort. It wasn't on her plan. I came and bumped into her plan and she said yes. So I'll be inviting more people. You'll see them later. I mean, in the videos, in the future videos, where I see fit. And for those who will say yes. Or if you know anyone that you want to be in these videos, the motivational ones, please suggest a name, suggest a channel. Now, remember, her channel link is in the description below. Her name is Miss Rachel Smets, and she's a coach. She has a free call if you want a free call. And again, I emphasize, she doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. So I strongly approve her message, the message on her channel. Because some messages may not be congruent with my channel, but her message on the channel is very, very good. Please check it out. Please subscribe. Please support her. She's in my Facebook group, by the way. My Facebook group, Take a Step to a Better You. She's in there. So, yeah, support her, please. And thank you, Miss Rachel, for coming to show that you are a true go-getter. Hopefully, people can see your example and take it and create their own list. Please, your assignment today, go create a list. Put in the comments. Tell me what, by the comment on Miss Rachel's message and my message here, the statements Jim Rohn made. And please also promise me in the comments that I'm going to make my list. I'm going to make my list. Because that means what we are doing here is worth it. We are here just to encourage you. Please take a step to make your life better. That's my message. Put in, are you going to make a list? Write it from the very beginning, from the very, like the little details that you want to change in your life. If you need some research, if you need Miss Rachel's support, go click on the link in the description below. Go book a call with her. It will be in some of her videos. You check out what she has, and not always in the comments, in the description of her videos. That's why you book a call with her. It's free. So go do that. Like I always end them, I say, take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. Please make a list. Change something. Make that decision today. Take a step to a better you. Bye-bye.